Hey there, Sagittarius. Welcome to your reading for the week of July 17th. We're just going to jump right in here. You have this Peacemaker card. It says, a win-win approach will bring mutual gains. Apply diplomacy and tactics when dealing with difficult situations. You have this Charity card. It says, donate to create positive energy around you. The more you give of yourself, the more you'll nourish your soul. And so I definitely feel like you're in a good energy at this time. You have the Queen of Wands, the Fool, and the Three of Pentacles showing up. Three of Pentacles could be charity. And here's the other thing as well. Like, you don't have to necessarily give anything, right? If you are creating something that like helps people in some way, or even if you're sharing a bit of advice that just helps one person, I feel that can be very beneficial and will come back to you like tenfold. So you have the Three of Pentacles here, and the Three of Pentacles is card of teamwork, but these people are admiring the job that he has done. He's done, it's a card of quality work, basically. He has done a good job. So, even if you're just doing a good job in life in general, I feel that is kind of like a form of charity, right? Where you're kind of like giving energy to people, maybe you have a YouTube channel or something like that. And again, I feel it'll be very good for you and valuable to you. So definitely seems like a good week for that. I do feel that there could be a new, something new that you're taking advantage of. Two cards of newness right here. Fool to the Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles, like a new opportunity, new beginning. The Fool, of course, is a new beginning. It's funny because in the major arcana, we go from the Fool to the World, and then guess what? We start all over again as the Fool. So this is just part of the Fool's journey. Life is basically we repeat the Fool's journey over and over and over again. Every time we get into something new, every time you have an ending, whatever, you're just on the Fool's journey. So I kind of feel that at this time you are coming off as very attractive, by the way, Sagittarius. There you go. So if you're looking for love, you have this card, and you have the Empress. So if you're looking for love, I would get out there. I would try to, meet new people or, get attention in some way. What I don't like, well, I kind of don't and do like, is you have the Eight of Swords, but you do have the World. The Eight of Swords would be like staying stuck at home. The World would be getting out into the world. So obviously, if you want people to see you, you have to get out into the world. You have the Fool here. I wouldn't even hesitate here, with this right here. You also have the Sagittarius season card, which just tells me that you're in your energy, basically, even though it isn't Sagittarius season yet. It doesn't matter. I kind of feel this is saying, don't hesitate, take advantage of an opportunity that's being presented to you. I love the Ace of Pentacles personally, but the problem with the Ace of Pentacles is that it's just a card of potential. Like, you might get an opportunity in work or business with the Ace of Pentacles, or could even be love or whatever else you want, but it's just potential. There's nothing more than that. So you have to put in the work. You have to kind of like make it happen. And I feel like that's what the Three of Pentacles is saying. Three of Pentacles, I also feel saying this way, like, don't be afraid to work with other people as well. Eight of Swords is, again, self-imposed restriction and being stuck. So I really feel you need to not be stuck, basically. I feel you need to set yourself free. And, again, some of you might need to ask people for help if you're working on a project maybe and not growing as much as you want. I kind of get that vibe here. With the Queen of Wands, you have the Six of Swords. I feel like you've been going through a lot, this year, just in general. Six of Swords, like a rite of passage. It's having to go through something to get something that you want, right? So I feel for a lot of you, you've been going through this, rite of passage type energy, and I feel like it's leading to something better. So, it's almost like I wouldn't say you've passed a test, but, I don't really have any good examples, but like sometimes I think we want something. It's like I always tell people, if you're building something, don't complain about it, because then you're telling the universe, I don't want this, right? So I kind of feel, but I feel like you have. I feel like you have passed the test. It's like you went through something to build something better. It's like something that took time. I don't know. With the Fool, you have the Knight of Pentacles here. For some of you, by the way, I kind of see you leaving behind like a person who is basically a snail. You have this snail card right here. And so, with the Knight of Pentacles and the Fool, you might be taking a leap of faith towards a person who's much more obvious. Sometimes I feel with the Knight of Pentacles that they can be a little bit like breadcrumby. It's not really a card of breadcrumbing, but they can hesitate. They cannot put energy in. They can hold energy back. I feel like if you're looking for love, you want a person who gives. with the Knight of Cups, and where there's just like genuine desire. Sometimes I think too many people, as people, it's like we try to get things to work that just aren't working, and we try to negotiate desire, which I think is impossible. I think you cannot, obviously you cannot make someone like you enough to do something. So I don't even bother anymore. It's like I did that stuff when I was like 12 years old, right? It's like I learned pretty early on in my life. It's like if someone doesn't want to be in my life, it's like if it feels like pulling teeth to have them be in my life, I leave because it shouldn't be like that, right? And you can waste a lot of time being with a person who's like more than happy to take your love and attention, but they also don't give anything in return, or maybe they give very little, or maybe they just don't have, maybe the desire isn't there. And I feel something here where there's like a switch between these two cards. I feel very little desire, and I feel much more desire. The other thing, Sagittarius, is this could be you, not as in towards a person necessarily, it could be, but towards an opportunity. Maybe you don't really desire your job, and I feel you're looking for something where there's more of like a burning passion. That's kind of like what I get here. With the Three of Pentacles, here you go. You have the Ten of Pentacles. If again, take this new opportunity, whether it's love, business, or otherwise, I don't care, because I feel it's going to be burning desire. There's going to be that actual like burning feeling that you want this Ace of Pentacles that's coming in for you. It really feels like a new opportunity is what I would say. Next, you have this card that says not big enough risks. It says taking small risks, but not big enough to make a big impact on your success. Yes, I feel like you need to take bigger risks. You have the Sagittarius season card. It says moving through with quick energy. Draw on previous knowledge. I feel you've learned a lot. I mean, I just feel like you've learned a lot over the past couple of years, just in general. And I feel you need to use that knowledge. I definitely would encourage you to take bigger risks. We're not talking about like crazy risk here. We're talking about calculated risk, taking risks where you kind of know what the consequences would be, but you also are educated. These are educated risks that you are taking. You have the Empress, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Queen of Cups. Again, I do feel there's like an offer coming in, plain and simple, with this Ace of Pentacles. It's something where you see the potential, but again, it's just potential. It is kind of interesting that you actually go up to the Eight of Swords here. So maybe you're not exactly sure how this is going to work out, this opportunity. For some of you, it could be like a long distance relationship, and you're like, how the hell is this going to work? With the World there. It could also be a job that is long distance. You have the World here. You are a Sagittarius. You are like the traveler, the adventurer of the zodiac. And you're also very free-spirited as well. And, the word like free spirit is popping into my head here. So, again, I feel for some of you, I would like tap into that free spirit, go with the flow type of energy here. It's different than, I think there's like the type of free spirit that's just like an airhead wandering around that makes big mistakes, right? That's not what I'm getting here. Like, I feel this is much more calculated, whatever is going on here, but I feel whatever it is going to lead to a lot of abundance. Like, again, you might get an opportunity to, move for work. It's like that type of thing. Maybe it feels a little sudden. Maybe it feels a little random to you, but I would take advantage of it because I think it'll lead to a lot of success, right? Same thing in a relationship. It's like maybe you're meeting a person, maybe it doesn't seem logical, but I always say love is not logical in the first place. It makes no sense, right? If you really think about it. And like I'm supposed to get along with one person for 20, 30 years or more, right? But what I would say here is that I feel, again, there might be something that doesn't seem logical, but maybe it is. So I would take advantage of this Ace of Pentacles opportunity. You have the Queen of Cups here, and again, Queen of Cups says follow your heart. She has that big cup there. I always say that cup, it doesn't even look like a cup. It looks like a trophy. So, it says that she really listens and she really values her heart. If we go this way here, you go Knight of Cups to the World. The Knight of Cups could just be a dream. The Knight of Cups doesn't have to be love. I always say he's normally looking into that cup. He is like imagining his future life. And the World is like an accomplishment, a goal, something that you want to accomplish. And I really see like you accomplishing something big here. With the Empress, you have the Seven of Wands. Yes, when you know that you're going to be successful, you will be successful. Seven of Wands is my card of, deep held belief. It is a card of conviction. And so all you have to do is believe that something will work out. I also feel you're valuing yourself more here, which is good. Seven of Wands is my card of like drawing a line in the sand and not allowing certain energies into your life. And that's what like I said here, I feel that's what you did right here. You have said, no, I'm if someone is basically showing me that they don't desire to be in my life, fine, no hard feelings, but I'm moving on. It's like you're no longer, I really feel you've learned a lot of lessons maybe about, like how to give energy to people, what you can give. I feel you've also learned lessons where people are more than happy to take it, but that's about it, right? With the Ace of Pentacles, you show up, Temperance. You actually show up twice here. So this opportunity is like from God. I feel like there's an opportunity from the universe, God, whatever you want to call it, that's coming in that's just for you, because you have the Temperance card twice, which is you showing up here. I really feel you're ending a cycle as well. This is showing up in the good stuff over here, and you have the Nine of Swords. So the Nine of Swords is probably the worst card in the tarot as far as I'm concerned, but it's coming up in the good stuff. So to me, it looks like you're ending a cycle, and this opportunity, this Ace of Pentacles, could be breaking you free. With the Queen of Cups, you have the Eight of Wands. Good news or success coming in for you. I don't know. I feel a lot of success coming in for you here. Eight of Wands, like quick success, good news, things like that. Next, in the area of the unexpected, you have the Solitude card and you have the Spirit of Place card. Some of you, I feel, could be kind of like in hermit mode or going into solitude. Again, I would encourage you to allow people to help you, though. Like, if you're trying to build something or put things together, I wouldn't try to, don't feel like you have to do things all on your own. But I do feel solitude could be very important for you at this time. Like maybe you need some extra time for yourself. But at the same time, you also have the Eight of Swords, which is like, hey, you need to set yourself free. You need to get into the world. So you have the Eight of Swords, Knight of Cups, and the Four of Cups. Again, the Eight of Swords can be a self-imposed restriction. It can be you keeping yourself stuck in prison. So maybe you need to do something to kind of balance out the energy here. And again, I think that's what this is saying. It's like, I'm a Pisces. Like, I'll just tell you, right? Us Pisces are basically snails, with that snail card there. So it's like, there are times where it's like most of the time I just want to stay home. I don't want to go out. I don't want to. Every time I go on vacation or travel, I love traveling, but at the same time, when I travel, I just want to come home, right? That's pretty much it. So, it's like Pisces, homebodies. And again, maybe you're feeling this energy. This is why I'm saying this. Maybe you are feeling like you just want to be home, but it's like, can you balance it out? Can you just say, okay, I know I want to feel home, but I also know that if I go out tonight, I'm going to feel really good. I'm going to have a great time, right? And, that's what have forced myself to do over the years is like, yes, I'm a Pisces. I have to force myself to go out, get out of the house, literally. But what I would say is I always have a great time. I always have fun. I always am great. Like most of the time, like when my friends invite me out and I'm just doing nothing, I'm like, oh, I'm super busy. Number one, I always regret not going out. But then if I do go out, I have a great time, right? So, I kind of feel like this is saying, try to balance it out. Maybe sometimes you don't go out, but maybe sometimes you also go do something fun, right? And, kind of balance those two energies, especially with the Temperance card twice. You have the Knight of Cups, definitely could be a knight in shining armor. If you want love coming in for you, if you don't want love, and even if you do, I feel that this could be part of a dream, something that you're dreaming of creating in your life. I feel like you're getting closer and closer. Things might seem like they're happening slowly, but I really don't think they are. I think they're happening exactly in the time that they need to. So, I feel like you're much better. I feel like you're in a much better position than you realize here. And I think things are actually kind of going in a good direction. So, like, don't give up. Keep pushing forward. You have the Four of Cups. I do think you're a little bit disappointed with results, maybe, of like where you're at. But again, I would like put things into perspective. It's funny. I had another reader comment on my videos the other day. They're like, I'm stuck. I've been so stuck, and it's so frustrating and all this other stuff. But I went to their channel. They had like 100,000 subs, and they've only been doing their channel for like 2 years. I'm like, it took me like almost 5 years to get to 100,000, right? I was stuck for 4 years, right? At like 30,000. So it's like, no, you're doing better than I did. So it's like, no, you're not stuck. You just need to keep pushing, right? And also realize that you've made a lot of progress. So again, that popped into my head when I saw this Four of Cups. It's like whatever you're doing in life, I feel like you need to look at it and say, well, actually, maybe I'm a lot farther ahead than someone else was at my point. And again, don't compare yourself to other people either. Let's see. With the Eight of Swords, you have the Nine of Swords. Yes, we have the Nine of Swords twice here. It's kind of weird, a lot of Nine of Swords energy this week. Nine of Swords is like a round situation. It is like a never-ending nightmare. It is coming up in the good stuff, so it does tell me that you are breaking free from a nightmare, here. With the Knight of Cups, you have the Two of Pentacles. This is a choice, but also funny enough, Two of Pentacles, work hard, play hard. I definitely was getting something here of you needing to balance the work side of things with play. So I would definitely encourage you to like go out, have fun, spend time with people. Do things in even like hobbies, do things that you enjoy. Funny enough, you have the Five of Wands, the card of hobbies, by the way. So outside of everything that the Five of Wands represents, the Five of Wands is like a card of hobbies and fun. So, get a hobby if you don't have one. The Five of Wands is a card of conflict and competition, but really, to me, it's a card where the people on this card, they're normally using those sticks to like learn how to fight. They're not using swords. So to me, it's a card of like learning through competition. It's funny that I said don't compare yourself. I feel like you can learn from your competition in like work or business, but don't try to compare yourself to those things. Next, you have this card that says, all is calm upon the shores. You have this card that says, a firebird is called to soar. Yes, I really feel there is like a rebirth happening for you. Really, I feel you're just stepping into the energy of who you truly are. I feel you've been working on something for a long time. And, it's like finally, I feel it's becoming more and more real. I really see this as, really, I feel you're reading, as dumb as this sounds, and maybe this doesn't make this reading very exciting, but I almost feel like something is becoming more real, more solid. You've had these ideas about life for a very long time, and you're finally seeing like real world manifestations of what you've been hoping your life would look like at some point, however long it takes. And I feel that this energy here is kind of saying you're finally actually bringing things down to earth. You have the world right here, the Nine of Swords, the Temperance card, and the Seven of Pentacles, all showing up in the good stuff. Again, with the world, I feel you are finally seeing like real world manifestations of the things that you've been hoping to accomplish for a very long period of time. So I really like to see that. I also do feel you could be ending some difficult cycles. The world can, of course, represent the ending of cycles or the ending of a cycle. And you have the Nine of Swords right here. The Nine of Swords is a round situation. Temperance card is a card of patience and turning one thing into another. It is your card, so you're coming up in a very strong position, but I really feel you're kind of ending some challenging or negative cycles in your life, ending some things that you've been dealing with for a long time. You have the Seven of Pentacles here. Seven of Pentacles is a change in direction. He's looking at those Seven Pentacles and he's like, is the juice worth the squeeze? Is it worth it to, put all this work into these Seven Pentacles, or, is there something better that I could be doing? And so I really feel a lot of you are just kind of using your time in a better way, and it's going to lead to a lot more success. Let's see. With the world, you have the Knight of Cups. Definitely, and it could be a knight in shining armor. I'm telling you right now, I knew that this was going to happen. That there could be some sort of long distance thing, mostly because of this right here, just in the first place, Knight of Cups to the world, but also this Eight of Swords. Some of you might be meeting a person from a distance. Could be an earth sign, could be any sign, general reading. Could be another fire sign I'm getting as well. You do have water here, but I'm not so sure that it'd be a water sign, unless I've said this to you before. I don't remember. But whatever, it doesn't matter. Could be an Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, or Leo as well, because of the world card. But, and it could be a Scorpio for sure, because, by the way, Scorpio would be the firebird. So, what I would say here is there might be some mental blockages. Like if you're meeting a person from a distance, you might be like, well, how is this going to happen and everything? But I don't know. I feel if you get an opportunity like that, it will probably work out really well. With the Nine of Swords and the Temperance card, you have the Page of Pentacles. I'm getting like good news here as well. There could be some news that is kind of breaking you free from the Nine of Swords energy. There could be, something happening that kind of lightens the energy a little bit. I get this lighter energy feeling here where maybe there have been some restrictions, or maybe you've been really feeling restricted in the work that you're able to do. And I don't know, those are the words that I'm getting. And I feel like these restrictions are lifting, which is making things easier, which, is creating a positive snowball, which is making things more positive, which is making things better. I really get this kind of like win-win-win type energy there. I don't know, weird feeling, but good. I like it. With the Seven of Pentacles, you have the Queen of Swords. I also feel you are seeing things a lot more clearly in your life. Funny enough as well, by the way, Sagittarius, I'm getting like this way, that there might be some things like about your personality that you want to change. I'm not saying like, oh, you're changing your personality because you need to or something like that. But, I do think if you are thinking, like, maybe if I change the way I present myself or whatever, that it could bring love into my life, or it could make it easier for me to, start a business or whatever. Like, I don't know. That might only be for a few of you, but if that's you, I think it would be a good idea, is what I feel like saying. So some of you, like, again, I'm not saying you're like changing who you are or anything like that, but I think we can all change things. Like, just go to my oldest videos from like 9 years ago, right, on this channel. I was stiff, not as animated, and all that other stuff, right? I had to learn how to like loosen up a little bit on camera. And so, again, I kind of get that feeling here where I'm not saying you're loosening up, but I don't know, maybe you're letting your personality out more or you're changing it in some way. We're going to pull 5 main themes now. You have this restlessness card. I feel like you need to channel your restless energy. Again, if you're feeling restless, go for a walk, do a puzzle, do something. Again, when you have restless energy and you don't put it into something, it's just very destructive. So, I would use it. Do something with it. You have this friendship card. Yeah, we were getting something in this reading just in general about needing to socialize, spend time with people who matter to you, have fun, go have fun with people, all that stuff. That's what I would do here. I think you need it. Next, you have this resistance card. Yeah, definitely, where were we seeing this? I thought you had the 6 of Swords here. Oh, the 8 of Swords, too. Again, if you're experiencing resistance, 8 of Swords, I feel, I would face resistance at this time. It's funny because this card's Mercury in Taurus. We have a lot of energy in Taurus right now, and I do feel people are having a lot of experiences regarding resistance, meaning, maybe there are certain levels in life where you always get to a certain level, like a certain level of relationship or a certain level in your finances. And I encourage people to push past that point where you would normally give up. It's like, I think we all get to a certain point in relationships, for example, and maybe we back off or we pull our energy back. It's like, can you push it just a little bit more and see what happens? You don't have to force yourself to stay in the relationship or anything, but can you just see what happens? Can you take a little bit bigger of a risk in business and see what happens? Can you, dedicate a little bit more time to your business or learn something new that you try? Those are the things where you're going to end up really successful if you do it. You have this affair card. I'm telling you right now, this is a good card. This is not like cheating affair. This is like just a love affair. It's just love. It's not like a bad thing, right? Like, I think sometimes people hear the word affair and they think it's a bad thing. But again, this is a good card. It's a good love affair. And it's like 2 people who fall in love. So, and it's not an affair like cheating is what I'm getting at here. But I do feel there's like a solid connection coming in for you. And finally, you have this riches card. Yes, I would keep doing whatever you're doing. I see you. It's almost like you're building like a mini empire, especially for those of you that have a side hustle, that have a business. I really think you could be, building something that supports you for a long time, in work or business. Same thing in love as well. You could be finding a person who supports you for a long time as well. So I really like this. I love where this is going. So there you go. Thank you for being here and definitely enjoy your week.